Wanted to be a firefighter but can't make it past the physical exams because you don't work out? Do you have the urge to blast people in the face with a water cannon? Do you like setting stuff on fire? If you said yes to any of the following, please stay put, grab a snack, and enjoy, because I'm an Ian, and this is my Streets of Rogue character guide to the Firefighter. The Firefighter is unlocked, unsurprisingly, via putting out 5 fires in a single run. As for the Firefighter's description, it reads, "Fire hoses are pretty effective, but they're so big and unwieldy. So what's a more effective solution? According to the mayor, chop off the arms of firefighters and install state-of-the-art water cannons on the nub. While this has led to a moderate improvement in fire control effectiveness, it has caused firefighter morale to plummet, what with all the unwanted mutilation and such." On the subject of water cannons, that's your special ability. It's exactly what it sounds like, a fun form of crowd control that just so happens to be able to extinguish fires. It has an ammo capacity of 250 and can be easily refilled at fire hydrants or at unpolluted bodies of water. To clarify, unpolluted water means that if you were to jump into it, you would not induce a status effect such as gigantism or poison. It also makes your fire extinguisher largely redundant. On the subject of your starting gear, you also start with a flamethrower, an oil canister, 3 Molotovs, and a lighter. The lighter should be sold off to the first Sellomatic you see, since its only good use is made obsolete by having a flamethrower. And said flamethrower is most likely to be your primary means of doing damage, since your speed and endurance are set to 3, complementing it perfectly. Meanwhile, at game start, your firearms and melee combat skills are set to an average of 2. More impressively, your fireproof skin trait reduces fire damage by 40%, while your scorching survivor trait allows you to rush into a burning building to loot to your heart's content without fear of the owners of said building getting hostile to you. Unless, of course, they saw you start the fire. In which case, all bets are off, they're still gonna attack you. If you're worried about this being a problem, don't worry. You have the team building expert, allowing you to have 2 followers instead of 1, so just send some cash to your local cloning booth's direction and you'll have 2 firefighters at your back at all times. And since you are a firefighter, technically speaking, you have the Inferno Assailant trait, which grants you XP for extinguishing fires that you didn't start. Speaking of extinguishing fires, let's cover your big quest. Your big quest is called Firewatch. In this quest, you must prevent walls and objects from being destroyed by a fire unless you're the one who started said fire. NPCs will even randomly get Molotovs periodically and start chucking them at objects just to make this harder for you. Ironically, an effective tactic to deal with this is to actually preemptively set things on fire, since if you're the one that started the fire, it won't count against your big quest. Given that only NPCs near you will end up spontaneously gaining Molotovs, you might think a good strategy would be to try to avoid being near flammable objects altogether. This does not work. The first Molotov will usually be sent flying at you, and then whoever ends up getting the Molotovs will start making a cross-country run to the nearest flammable building to set that on fire, even if it's on the opposite side of the map, and you will have to then chase after them. This can be particularly annoying if a thief is the one who ends up getting the Molotovs, since they have a very high speed stat and can quickly get around the map faster than you. There is a slight silver lining. The NPCs who gain Pyromaniac Syndrome only get 3 Molotovs before they run out, and only 2 NPCs per floor can end up getting the Molotovs, though when they appear, if at all, is best described as a crapshoot. If more than 45 objects, such as wooden walls or office desks, are destroyed by a fires you didn't start, you will fail the big quest altogether. Please note that dead bodies cannot be destroyed by fire and will only be cooked, while oil spills will not count whatsoever since they aren't classified as objects or walls. In general, as long as you don't linger on every floor trying to collect every little item, you can actually complete this quest without anyone getting Molotovs sometimes. Just remember that while the fires you start don't count against your big quest, they also don't give you XP for putting them out, like other fires. All in all, I give this Firefighter a Cobra effect out of 10. With your special ability, you're clearly intended to put out fires. However, with the plethora of incendiary weapons and lack of punishment for starting fires, you'll find yourself causing more fires than extinguishing. That will be all for now. Like the video if you did, subscribe if you don't want to miss the next one. I've been Ian, and this has been my Streets of Rogue character guide to the Firefighter. And stay tuned, the robot is coming up next.